back to my pocket now. I want to show you how you attach your pocket. This is my pocket, and I cut the pocket 14 inch, then the length 14 inch, the wideness or the breadth 13, so 14 by 13. Then this is my pocket mouth. Let me show you how I will cut it. From the up, you will measure 4.5, then you measure from the 4.5, you measure your pocket mouth 7 inch, then you cut it small, cut it little, like 0.25, 4.5 from the up, then the pocket mouth 7 inch. Then you pick the pocket now, you minus 1 inch from the up, you cut 1 inch from the up, you cut, then you also cut your 7 inch. The reason is this: when you sew, this part will be up here while you make this folding. You can see, so it's very simple. Now as you can see, this is a different fabric, but I'm going to add cover pocket at this side. Then let me show you how you make your rope way or a rope part. So here I will measure, this is the front, remember this is the front. I'll measure 3 inches here. When I measure 3 inch, and I also measure 2 inch. So when sewing, I will explain to you, but I'm going to cut it here little. You can see I cut at the 3 inch. When sewing, I will explain, because I'm going to sew from 2 inch out, then I will leave 1 inch for where the rope will pass through, and I'll sew all through. So let's start the sewing. Since it's a different fabric, I'll have to add my cover pocket here at this point, so that when sewing, this fabric will not be revealed. So I'll add my cover pocket at the both side. You can see, so you can do as well weave here first, weave it through, but since I'm not going to weave away, go and top stitch this way, then and I'll start fixing the pocket. So watch me as I do so. All right, I'll start my stitches this way. I ought to have weave here, but I want to just top stitch here so that the rough part will not be seen. I'm done stitching this side, so I'll place it now on the pocket. I'll place it this way. And top stitch. I'll have to stitch here all through, and here all through. Now this is the front. See, this is the pocket. See where we notch here and here for the pocket. The same thing as well as the pocket here. So I will stitch through, and remember, this is the face, this is the main face, this is the negative part. So when I stitch all through, I will turn it, and here is going to appear at this front part. So watch me the way I will stitch. Your stitches has to be very straight, and the allowance should not be more than 0.25. You notch it. Equally notch here again. Then you can see it's very simple. I'll turn it. I'll then turn the pocket inside to the negative part. I'll stitch from the notching part to this upper notching part. I'll stitch through. I'll stitch through. So now I look at it. I'll bring in this to cover it now. You see the pocket is coming out. You can see it. I'll make sure it's equal. This side, the down part too is equal. Then I'll stitch here and I'll stitch here. I also stitch the down part. This is your pocket. Then you will open it up like this way. You will knot the down part. You knot your pocket here to enable you sew it inside all through. You put in your hand. You bring it out. Bring it out. You can see it's very simple. Then I'll stitch through. You can see. I'll bring it out. You can see the pocket. You can see it. It's looking nice. Then I'll cross stitch through, and I'll end it here. I'll end it here. Good, good. Beautiful, beautiful. Can you see it now? So the pocket is ready. Let's see. I'm done sewing the second pocket. This is the other one. You can see. I'm done sewing it. You can see the pocket. So the next thing now is to bring this front together, and I join here. I'm going to top stitch to 2 inch. Remember, I said I mark 2 and 3. I'm leaving 1 inch for the rope. Then I'll stitch 2 inch and I'll jump 1 inch. Then I'll stitch all through down to my crotch line. So I'll stick to 2 inch. You see, top stitch. Then I'll leave 1 inch free. To the crotch line, you can see. So look at it. You can see. I'll turn here. I'll have to close this part. I have to close this part. I'm going to weave here. When I'm through, I'll close this part. Then you can see opening here. The rope will pass through this part. Let's sew it. Simple. Look at it. I'm done sewing the front part. See the front? I'm done sewing it. So this is the hole, the 1 inch that I left, so that the rope will pass through. So the next thing now is to sew the back. Now this is the back. This is the back. I'm going to join here all through to my crotch line this way. I'll stitch, I'll sew through. Remember, I'm going to weave the edge. So I take off 0.5. I take off 0.5 for stitches. Now that is it. I'm done sewing the back. The next thing now is to join the front and the back. Here's my front, here's the front, here's the back. This is the face, this is the negative part. You can see the face, the negative part. I'll place it so, and I'll stitch through. So when you get to the pocket part, you stitch twice. Then make sure you push the pocket mouth inside, so that you won't sew it, you won't stitch it, join. I'll push it in and I'll stitch through. Always mind your pocket, you watch it. I'll also stitch here through. Beautiful. I'm done joining the front and the back. I'm done joining it. So I'm going to, the next thing now is to join the other side. Remember, I said the measurement is 16. This is how you measure. Now unfold, divide by 2, you have your 8 inch. You can see. Then so I have seams allowance of 1 inch. The 8 inches here. And remember, we have to fold 2.5 in. You mark your 2.5 first, then that is where you take your ankle measurement, ankle circumference. You can see 8 inch. Then I will equally extend my hand, my stitching out a little, so as not to disturb it when folding. I join. Now here is the tie. Remember, I say it's 31. You equally measure it this way. You must take your measurement. You can see. So by 2, you divide by 2, you'll have 15.5. Then I equally mark. You can see. Then I'll stitch through. It's very simple. When I'm done, I'm going to weave it. Once I'm through, I'm going to weave it. That is how I'll equally stitch it down. Now the next thing is to fold the top part, the upper part. We're going to start from the pocket side. Remember, we have our front here, so your pocket supposed to face the front. Then just little stitch, you equally do the same thing to the second pocket. You stitch a little down, you stitch it down. The reason is that so that this pocket will not fall towards the back. So once you tack it down, then you start your folding. We're taking our folding sew. Remember, our pocket stitches around here, so we'll sew through this way. We're sewing through. Start your sewing all through. round to stitch sew. I'm done folding it. You can see it. I'm done folding it. Look at the rope hole where the rope will pass through. Now you can see it's very simple. This is how you make your rope trouser. So the next thing is to fold it down. So you can decide to measure and fold, or you choose to iron it first, then you fold, whichever way that is preferable to you. So now I'll measure. I have this 40. I'm going to fold at this point in. This demands the length. I'm going to fold at this point in, and this is folding allowance. I'm going to fold in. So you can decide to iron before you do your folding, whichever one is preferable to you, but I can just go ahead now to fold mine. Remember that we add 5 inch. We folded 2.5 from the up, and here is another 2.5 that I'm going to fold at the ankle level. So this 2 inch now. If you watch in here, because since I didn't weave it, I fold half inch in. So these 2 inches, the one I fold inside is half inch, so I get the total 2.5 that I add at the down. So I'm sewing it now. I'll stitch through. So like I said, you can iron, but it's best you iron before you fold. That's the best thing. You iron before you fold. But since I know it's something I can just do, I just have to go ahead to fold mine.